Welcome to TWOW News with Vrograg. I'm your news anchor orc, Vrograg Fishlayer, here to bring you all the biggest stories for the month of June 2024. Let's get to it. I'm the orc, and here's the news. Top story this month, it's teaser season on the server. The Turtle team spent much of June showing off images, music, and the occasional video to build interest for soon-to-come TWOW updates. I have been painstakingly collecting this media to try and make sense of what to expect, and the teasers can be split into two camps, the 1.17.2 patch and a client overhaul. The patch content is pretty straightforward. 1.17.2, dubbed the Tower of Karazhan, has featured a wide assortment of new gear both aesthetically and statistically, which is to be found in the upcoming Upper Karazhan 40-man raid. There have been reveals on new tier set looks, gear, and even a boss. Also in the patch will be other updates like new skins, updates to existing models, new transmutes for alchemists, and whatever these lobster claw things are. For those who have been on the server for a patch update before, this is all pretty standard fare for the team being proud of their work and wanting to show it off to generate interest in all the work they have been doing. However, there has been a second vein of teasers, which have been an outlier compared to the standard hype bait content the community is used to seeing. It started back on the 1st of June, when the team released an enigmatic video showing a vista of the Barrens with graphical fidelity that had everyone in the community both excited and immediately wondering if their computer could handle it. The video finished with a date, July 7th, 2024. Whatever this is, it isn't just some new content. This kind of change to the game is much more groundbreaking than new tier gear or class changes. It would change the way players see the game. As if to punctuate the month of June spent wondering about the video, just this last Sunday, the official TWOW Twitter account posted this image of Northshire Abbey. This image too seems to be hinting at something big coming for TWOW, likely a client overhaul given the visual fidelity. Make sure to stay tuned as we follow this story as it develops. The month of June hosted another crowning achievement for TWOW. The PvP server opened up the gates of Encourage. Though there were some road bumps with the scripting on NPCs believing they had enough materials for the war effort to complete, and then notoriously difficult, possibly buggy Aranicus fight in Moonglade, the cozy community on Telebim came together for 2 months to complete the war effort. Leaders from the community rang the gong on the 24th after a fun world event, albeit at a difficult time slot for some to log on for. One person who rang the gong did a ridiculous grind, Malcurios, who said this to themselves back in April, quote, "I saw the war effort announcement on Reddit and thought to myself to give getting this dream mount of mine a try. They not only managed to level to 60, but also grinded all the bugs in Silithus necessary and did the entirety of the Scepter of the Shifting Sands quest all during the war effort. So congratulations to Malcurios for this landmark achievement of dedication. I hope you enjoy your Black Karaji battle tank mount." Within the day of the gates opening, the server first clear of AQ40 was completed. According to sources, it was this run I was fortunate enough to catch footage of the Alliance Guild Mbappe speed hack claiming the kill on Cthulhu. The first kill for the Horde side happened on the 30th, so congratulations to Oni fans as well. During the event, there was a double XP bonus granted to any leveling player on the server. And even though the gates are open, the double XP rates are here to stay according to Turtle Team sources. So if you're curious about the community, now is as good a time as any to try out TWOW's PvP server, Telebim. One final top news story, the month-long creator contest started by the Turtle Team has come to a close with the winners announced on the forums. Due to better than expected number of entries, 4 winners were chosen from the Turtle Team: Solid Shock's Leveling Experience Guide, Carixula's Gilneas City Dungeon Guide, Acid Ketchum's Guide to Not Dying in Hardcore, and Mistwain's Thalassian Highland Guide. 2 People's Choice videos for getting the most likes on their videos were highlighted as winners as well: Shakazen's Best Gold Leveling Profession for Noobs, and Solid Shock's Leveling Experience Guide also won again in this category. Congratulations to all the winners and entrants. I, like the Turtle team, love to see community members nurture their creative side. I'll leave a link to the forum where all the entries are listed so you can all enjoy the creatives in your community. That wraps up top news for the month of June. Let's go over to the auction house and see what the markets have been up to. Welcome to Market Watch, where I continue to wonder how leatherworkers make ends meet. All our data is gathered from numbers provided by WoWauctions.net. Make sure to use their website for all of your own market data research and investment due diligence. With July just around the corner, let's take stock of the first half of this year in the markets. First to TWOW. The S&P 200 for Alliance weakened in June, falling early in the month from 7 gold 10 to a low of 5 gold 60 by the 17th. Since then, it started to rally and grew to 6 gold 30, likely in response to growing market activity with the AQ Gate opening event. Looking at the last half year shows that the market has grown nearly 100% since the beginning of 2024, showing a market slowly adjusting to establishing itself. For the Horde's S&P 200, an early growth spike shot the index up from 5 gold 50 to a peak of 6 gold 20. Much like the Alliance side, a big drop happened around the 9th, giving a monthly low of 5 gold 20. Since then, the index recovered and has been staying close to the 5 gold 60 mark. Looking at the first half year for the Horde, we see volatile growth patterns that amount to it trending up for about 65%. From this first half year comparison, it is safe to say that the Horde market remains smaller, more unpredictable, but on the whole can be a great spot to find commodities at a discount. Since the neutral auction house on TWOW doesn't have any hard market cuts, market arbitrage remains a great source of profits and deals. Now to Nordinar. This week the S&P trended steadily around 9 gold 50 with a momentary spike on the 11th where it shot up to a weekly high of 11 gold 50. Since January, the index trended up a modest 8%, but has experienced periodic moments of market volatility. Reviewing the last 6 months show that herbalism continues a steady decline, but with momentary hotspots in demand, demonstrates continuing interest from raiders for consumables. Skinning, which was historically low at the turn of the year, trended up 30%, showing that demand for skin goods is starting to outpace supply as many crafters flock to other more profitable professions. Mining enjoyed a 40% growth trend, and since the more recent announcement of jewel crafting profession for the new content, has been even more aggressively growing since May. Tailoring only grew 20% since January, but aside from one wild day in early March, has experienced very low volatility. The two market sectors outpacing most market expectations has been enchanting and fishing. The former grew in leaps and bounds, trending up 40% despite the previous year rarely being seen above 4 gold. Of course, fishing continues to be more and more profitable in 2024, with only brief periods of decline. The fishing index has appreciated 20% from last year's projections of the market seeming like a bubble ready to burst. Enchanters and fishers on Nordinar, get your gold while the getting is good, because these two markets remain widely considered overdue for a market downturn. That's all the time we have for the Market Watch Monthly. I hope you found some of the information here useful. Make sure to use WoWauctions.net for all of your own market research. Remember to keep an eye on your coin, otherwise someone else will for you. Let's get back to the news. Before we jump into the changelog, let's glance at the community bulletin for June to see what's going on in the world of Turtle WoW around you and in the near future, for players and by players. In the world of hardcore raiding, the premier team Hard Chores recorded a new server first achievement of downing Veilstraz on the 15th. The team looks to be pushing deeper into BWL, but are waiting for more druids to be available for the trash packs following Veilstraz, because their sleep cell is a necessary precaution for the hard-hitting Dragonkin spellcasters in those packs. This month also saw a server-first druid-only Molten Core run led by Golden Moon, which successfully lifted some corruption that was concerning to the druids of Moonglade. June hosted some impressive RP events and news. Wolfskull Clan successfully defended Cargathia Hold from an alliance of Vrograg and demons bent on destroying the Horde stronghold. The Ironwill Clan plumbed the recently revealed reaches of Grim Batol. There was even a special Nightingale fair outside of Ratchet for the public to enjoy. More recently, this last week, the Chinese Guild survivors celebrated their second anniversary on the server with an event pitting a host of level 1 Alliance characters inside a cage with a Wild Compact Harvest Reaper kit. The survivors of this event enjoyed a fat gold prize reward as well. Happy birthday, survivors! On Sunday, yours truly hosted a small summer slaying event pitting some of Telebin's finest against one another in the blood-soaked soils of Gurabashi Arena. Following that event, I was fortunate enough to attend a massive summer beach party hosted by the Atlantis Guild, which featured an obstacle course, cage fights, drinking competitions, transmog competitions, and more. Special events and RP meetups are happening all the time, so make sure to keep an eye out in the events channel in the main TWOW Discord so you can find all of the special content that makes this server a community and not just a game. Of course, this month there were big shakeups in the speedrun raid community. According to Vida's Speedrun Archive, Mortality reclaimed a few of their speedrun records for BWL and AQ40 following Doom Turtle's counterattack at the beginning of May. Out of nowhere, Hard Knock Society blew past the competition for Naxxramas with an impressive 1 hour 25 minute run of the Dread Citadel, and the Nax category is seeing a lot of activity with more than half of the top 10 times happening this month alone. Also worthy of honorable mention are recent additions to the top 10 for BWL and Molten Core. Skeleton and Mbappe Speedhack, both who are from Telebim, a server that only has just opened the gates of Encourage. Those lazy Tier 3 speedrunners better get good before Telebim's finest put them to further shame. There is no lack of community-made content and challenges on TWOW, so get involved, reach out, and make sure to make your time here memorable. That completes the community bulletin for this month. Now let's check the changelog for June. The month of June enjoyed a total of 60 separate changelog notices, 10 just this last week, so let's take a look at the most impactful changes with the changelog roundup for June 2024. There were sightings of a strange frog who, legend have it, was able to kill a level 59 hardcore character in the lake system near Astronar in Ashenvale. Those curious should tread carefully. A frog of such might and ferocity should be feared. Hopefully it hasn't developed a taste for blood. Those willing to undertake the dark ritual and pay the crazed wizard his turtle coins can now undertake the transformation to become a person of a whole new race. This spell is currently not available on Telebim, given the concerns from the warring factions anxious about shifting allegiances. Following new training regimens for Horde-aligned field duty agents, the mission for the new Cenarian Circle recruits will be easier than ever. Meanwhile, the Alliance field duty missions turned out to be getting messages intercepted by the various cultists in the land, but since the SI-7 have rooted them out, field duty operations for new recruits should start working for the first time in a long time for the Alliance. The Terror of Duskwood, Stitches, was discovered attacking people nearly miles away while hiding from the undead abomination. While Stitches has a nasty tendency of returning to Duskwood periodically, a group of paladins were sent to investigate his newfound tracking abilities. Evidently, a plucky necromancer installed 3 new noses onto his chassis, giving the beast enhanced senses when looking for a snack. The paladins removed the noses, but sadly it seems like Stitches will return, just this time without the extra noses. Hide well, citizens of Duskwood, he's still out there. Frost Mage specialist dignitaries met to discuss a peculiar interaction of the slow effect of Blizzard overriding other, longer-lasting slow effects because it was the more severe slowing ability. After some deliberation, mandatory beads of antifreeze will be required for improved Blizzard spells, which will now allow Blizzard to not overwrite other slowing effects. Abilities that reduce the attack power of NPCs was being ignored for some time, and according to the team, was a notoriously hard to replicate bug, involving specific operating systems and compiler versions. The team has since identified the error and corrected the bug. Personally, I don't find Warriors' demoralizing shout that demoralizing. Warriors are always shouting anyway. And finally, raiders fighting in the Four Horsemen event boss noticed with terror that the deadly void zone spawned in by Lady Blomeau started moving, a feature they never had before. Not only that, but they started hitting healers in melee, even dazing TWOW News' own Obomsawin in a recent scrap with the Void Zone. Worship leaders from the Alliance and Horde gathered to exorcise the new demons found to be using the Void Zones as an attack vector, and once again the Void Zone stands still. That completes the changelog roundup for this month. This week's changelog may be out soon, so make sure to check it out so you can keep on top of all the latest adjustments coming to TWOW. That rounds out this week's news. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. I'll be hosting my regular fish and chat this weekend, and maybe something else this week. In case you missed the Gurabashi fight event on Telebim I hosted this weekend, or my fun experience at Atlantis' big summer beach party, make sure to check out the channel's live tab if you'd like to view the VOD. If you like this content and want to support me, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're feeling generous, super chats are enabled and I have a tip link available. My comments, DMs, and email are always open for feedback, constructive criticism, and any news items you'd like to have shared. All methods of reaching me will be in the description of the video. It's about time for me to head out. Whatever you're doing, make sure to have fun, be safe, and as always remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.